Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is actually sweeties, Leorah is playing with the big girls now. Okay, so just imagine you're coming to a new school, you're the awkward kid from overseas, and then you suddenly get invited to hang out with the most favorite cheerleaders of the school. That's what I'm doing today. Alright, so I'm collabing today with the big girls. Let me just quickly introduce them because I'm so thrilled when I got asked, Leorah, tiny little Leorah sitting on her hilltop in Jerusalem, Israel, and I got asked, you know, like really. Okay, so some of them you know already because with 3 of them I did do collaborate already, but there are also some new ones for me and that is super exciting. Okay, so let me just squish to the side a tiny little bit so I can introduce them to you. So the first one, who is actually the one who came up with this collab idea, was Betsy. And with Betsy I have collabed already. Just recently we did that because I found her because she did my Influence of Influencers tag, and she is so sweet, and I'm so glad that I have her in my life. And she's also one of these people who has an insane collection, and I just love people like this, you know. It's I want to be best friends with everybody who has a huge collection, seriously. And she's just a very natural, super sweet woman, also mother, also having rescue animals like me, and you know, it's just nice to have someone where you can relate to on so many levels. Alright, so that is Betsy. Then there's also a Brit Clarke. She was new to me. I mean, I've heard her name a couple of times. I've heard her name mentioned so often by Karen Harris. And Brit is just such a person. I cannot believe how a person can be live and so relaxed and so cool and so like, I would be dying, seriously, you know. I've been asked just recently to do a live and I just don't know how to do it because I would probably be super awkward and I don't know, but she's just, you know, like that, and I'm like, wow, how must life be to be Brit Clarke? So anyway, then we have Heather Austin, who is also just such a beauty, and she kills it with the highlighters. I don't know, when I see her pictures also on Instagram and I see her and I just feel like, wow, she is such a classic beauty, you know. And I mean, you see it on the pictures, right? Like all of these girls are super beautiful, and we all have sort of our own chess piece in that whole game, you know. We are all holding our own position here, but we are all in the same game, and it's just so amazing, you know. So that was Heather Austin. Then of course there is Karen Harris, spoken about her a lot already. She's probably out of all of them, all of my YouTube friends here, the one that I know the longest, and then that I'm subscribed to also the longest. Yeah, so Karen, I've been following her ever since she was, I think, at I want to say 3,000 subscribers or something, and she has grown a lot lately, and I'm so happy for her. She is the sweetest, and I always say she's my favorite tan girl on YouTube. So if you are also, you know, if you're tan or something, this is the place to go. She reviews a lot of makeup, a lot, sweeties. You have been warned. And then there's of course Katie Marie, which I vibe with on so many levels too. She also has kids, which is really nice. They also sometimes make noise in the background, like in my life. Yeah. Plus we have this, I think with most of us here, we have this super love for colorful looks, for eyeshadow, for just being in this place and owning this place, and this is just our absolute passion to be here, you know. And I think this is what unites us in like a super like big time. Okay, so that was that. All right, sweeties, I have to, before we go into the topic, of course, of this video, which is going to be a couple of palettes that I bought for this one shade. Okay, so that is the whole thing that we are all going to talk about. But I have to tell you, all of these girls are not where I live. I'm the one who's on the other side of the world. So that makes collabing with Leorah very difficult, because I'm always putting everybody in a difficult situation to upload in the middle of the night or who knows what, you know. So we decided that I'm going to just upload my video of the collab a tiny little bit earlier, and everybody else then will upload their video a little bit later. So I will link all of them, of course, in the description box down below, so you will have an easy time finding them in their videos. And I hope you will go and check them out and show them support and tell them that you came from me, if there is such a thing, because you are probably all subscribed to them already. But anyway, in case not, then please go and check them out, okay? Because because they're my friends. All right, so that is that. Also, maybe to quickly introduce myself, and I have spoken for more than 5 minutes and I've basically done nothing with the video yet. But if there is someone new around here, just wanted to quickly introduce myself. I'm Leorah. I am a makeup artist based in Jerusalem, Israel, which makes life so hard. But anyway, I am also a stylist and I'm working full force in both of those segments of, I don't know, the industry, I guess. And this is my biggest love, even though I discovered that actually just later in my life, because really by profession I'm a registered nurse, and then just later I switched into the other parts of the industry. So anyway, English is not my mother tongue, just saying. Okay, so cut me some slack. And I also have 7 kids. I have a couple of rescue animals, and I am 41 years old. And yeah, and I'm a certified makeup artist, so that is what it is. I love everything that is bold, everything that is color. I love huge palettes. I love glitter. That is basically a Leorah in a nutshell, you know, so that is that. We're a happy place here, so feel free to check out my other content too. All right, so let's go into the palettes. I'm not 100% sure how many I have. It might be 10, but I just pulled out a few where I immediately thought, wow, this is a palette where I just purchased this palette to have this one shade or to have those 2 shades, because sometimes, let's be honest, it's a little bit more than that. Okay, if there's a jump cut, we kind of had an emergency situation right here, because suddenly one of my ring lights went out and it took me some time to fix it, and I don't know. Anyway, stuff is happening. So I don't know where I was now. What was the last thing I said? We're just gonna go in because, you know, otherwise we're not gonna get done. Yeah, so I think what I wanted to say is that not everything I bought myself, because some of them I also got as a gift, but I had spoken to whoever bought it to me and told them, well, this is what I like and whatever. So it's not like it was randomly, you know, it fell into my lap, but sort of it also did. Anyway, okay, so let's maybe start with the palette that I actually used for this day today, for this look today. And that is the Wahala palette from Juvia's Place. That is actually the first time I used this one today. And yeah, so when I saw this palette, and I don't know, where did I see it? Was it Angie's channel, you know, Angelica Nyquist, or was it somewhere? No, it must have been somewhere else. Doesn't matter. Maybe it was just Instagram where I saw it. But I was like, this one. This pressed glitter, sweeties. I was like, yeah. And this one actually too, it's like these two were like, I need this so bad, give me this palette. And then I did not get it because I was too slow, and then it was sold out, and you know, but when it came back, and that was somewhere around July 2020, one of my besties bought this for me because she saw it coming back, restocking, and she immediately went ahead and bought it for me. Let me maybe, you know what would be a nice idea? To just swatch those shades. Maybe the other girls are going to do this. We didn't speak about this, but I'm sometimes a bit slow. Okay, so maybe let's just swatch those shades that are my favorites, you know, and then see what kind of color scheme we get. You know, maybe that could be a fun thing. You know what? I'm going to try to swatch this with the hand. Usually pressed glitters don't swatch so well with the finger. I always have better results when I'm swatching with a proper brush. You know, but anyway, so let's just do that. Oh, this is really nice. I don't know if you can see that there's like a shift between blue and green, and blue and green is definitely, it's my favorite colors to work with. So let's also do the other one that I just showed you. The first one was the shade Yanga, and the other one is the shade Cloud, which is also like a duochrome kind of a glitter shade. This one has, I want to say, like light blue and dark blue thingies going on. Yeah, okay, so this is how they look. I know these are not the best swatches of glitters that I've ever done in my life, but anyway, I think maybe you can get an impression. All right, so if you're new here also, I'm trying to figure out my lighting. I know it's not perfect. If there is like a yellow thing going on in my background, and maybe on me too, it's just that the things are off and I don't know how to fix it right now. Okay, then let's maybe, you know what, let's just stay for a second with Juvia's Place, because I actually do have 2 more palettes from Juvia's Place that I wanted to show you. And one I just recently worked with, and that is the Sweet Pinks palette from Juvia's Place. And I am, as I already told you, I am not into small palettes at all. Like really, you know, but this one, these 2 shimmers here, this one and this one are just so spectacular that I like, really, I needed to have them, you know. And I planned to combine them with other palettes, you know, with the other 6 pan palettes that they have. I don't have all of them. If you can see this, maybe this is so pretty. So this is more like leaning towards coral, and this is more leaning towards a real pink. But they're so pretty, sweeties. I just recently put up a picture on Instagram where I used this palette, and people went crazy, you know, because I mean, it was also the styling and everything all around, because as I told you, that is also my job and my passion, and I love doing that, but like building a whole look around the makeup, you know. But anyway, so okay, and the other thing from Juvia's Place, I wanted to show you this one, and this is the Saharan 2 palette, and I most definitely bought this whole palette for this shade here. I saw this palette mentioned in one of Angie's videos, which was, I think, ranking my Juvia's Place palettes or something, and she mentioned this shade, and she said that this is like a super spectacular light blue kind of a, obviously. Yeah, so, and this is how it looks, and actually it doesn't look so good on me. I have barely used this palette, unfortunately. I really only bought it for this shade, and what am I gonna do with this shade, you know? But it is super beautiful. It's like a light blue with a golden shift to it. It's super pretty, you know. So anyway, when it comes to Juvia's Place, I'm a kind of a bit of a collector, like not super serious, but you know, I just love my Juvia's Place stuff. So yeah, all right, so that was Juvia's Place. Let's maybe move on to this one. This one you also have seen quite a bit on my channel. This is from Lucky Lashes Cosmetics, and this is the Glam Now Smoke Later palette, and this is how she looks. So sweeties, this is a beautiful palette, and I am in case you're new here, I am living for greens, so there's going to be a lot of greens. And I immediately, of course, the glitter, but also this one, this shimmer, and also this one. This is also a glitter. So basically those 3, but I'm going to go for this green one here because it is just gorgeous. The quality of this palette was out of this world, and it's really hard to just decide on one shade out of a palette if the whole palette is just so phenomenal, you know. So seriously, that was the Glam Now Smoke Later from Lucky Lashes. All right, then I wanted to also show you this palette from Rebel World Labs. This was the Halloween release, the Howlin for You palette. And this is how she looks, and while this whole palette is actually pretty spectacular, I also like this one a lot, but I kind of want to use the glitter, you know, because it's this trichrome kind of a glitter, and it just goes with everything in this palette, you know. It's just, this palette is spectacular. Let me try to swatch this also without a brush. Let me just see if that is actually, that works better than the other glitters before. So there you go. Maybe you can see it. I hope you can see it. Maybe I can also include like a short swatch video to have you see all of these shades close up. Yeah, so here you can hopefully see that this is just a spectacular glitter. And yes, you have to love glitter to appreciate my video. All right, but this whole palette is spectacular. Super good quality, super nice color scheme, amazing fall themed palette, absolutely. Okay, then we're going to another fall themed palette, which is a little bit more fairy-like, and maybe now you already know which one I'm going to show you, and that is the Fairy Frolic palette from Alien Cosmetics. Now, Alien Cosmetics is one of my most favorite brands too, and this is how she looks. So I have done, I believe, a review. Was it a review? I think I have a review up on my channel in case you're interested, but I think this palette has sold out and it was limited edition. I want to say, if not, then like correct me if I'm wrong. So there are amazing shades in here. I can't even, it's really hard to decide, you know, because I'm super torn, but I want to go for this one right now. This is also like a multi-chrome kind of a situation. I want to say this is like an orange, I don't know, it leans orange and it leans purple and it leans, I don't know, can't even, you know, like when I'm looking at it from here, it leans orange, and then you're probably gonna see also purple coming up. So that is beautiful. Like everything that glitters and shines and shifts, like seriously, how can one not love this? You know, it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. As always, I should have put some moisturizing lotion on my arm because I have very, very dry skin, and for me it's very, very hard to do proper swatches. Okay, good. This was Alien Cosmetics. Now let's move on to Jolie Beauty, the Intergalactic palette. I bought this on release, and that was love on second sight, because I mean, I loved it the second I saw it, but once I started working with it, I needed like a day or two to get into this palette. But sweeties, this palette is spectacular, and as of right now when we're speaking, I also have her Halloween release, the Sorceress palette, on the way to me, which I actually got sponsored from my bestie in Europe. So this is a beautiful palette. This one I bought myself, and I could go here for any of the glitters too, but there are also actually two duochrome shades here, and then there are these two topper shades which are also super spectacular. But I'm gonna go maybe for this one too. Why not? Or maybe for both of those duochrome shades, because why not, right? I'm feeling generous today. All right, so let's just swatch those. I'm gonna run out of space on my arm again. I can see that already happening. But yeah, I need to grow longer arms. Let me just back this up a tiny little bit. Again, swatch-wise, I just don't have the skin, you know? I don't have the skin to do it right. I don't know, because oh, this is beautiful. Do you see this one? Super, super beautiful, amazing palette. It's really a shame that people like us here in the collab never really get to go back much to their makeup that they already have, because we are kind of crazy and kind of a little bit addicted, probably, you know. You get sucked into this YouTube realm, and you need to stay on top of stuff for like a little bit at least, right? Unless you go completely off the grid, and then, but you know, I just see it with Paulina, because you know, she used to be on top of everything, and then she went into not buying makeup anymore, or just very, very little, and ever since that happened, she sort of got pushed out of the scene, you know, and that is just so sad, and it's not fair. So anyway, getting off my soapbox. Okay, the next one is definitely going to be the Subversive palette here from Pat McGrath, and there we go with those beautiful shades here. This is how they look, and there we go with actually those three shades. These are absolutely spectacular. My fingers are already too dirty to swatch, but anyway, so maybe let's just go in with this one. I could take any of those, or at least this one and this one, because this one is a gold, but it has sort of like a black shift, which is also super, super interesting. But anyway, let's just take one, because we need to do something. So here you can see this is like a really, really beautiful golden shade with a like a rosy shift to it. Super, super beautiful. If you can see it or not. Yeah, I don't know. So then let's go on to the second one that I wanted to show you, also from Pat McGrath, and this one is the Divine Rose 2. This is how she looks. There was also, of course, the Divine Rose 1, which was a little bit more subtle, a little bit more neutral leaning, and this one I bought because I'm obviously not too neutral. So anyway, here again, there are so many shades that I could immediately pick. Which one am I gonna pick? Maybe this one now. Why not? I have not even used this palette yet. I got this for my birthday in August. I just can't keep up, sweeties. I cannot keep up. I wish I could. I wish I had like 500,000 faces every single day. And I wish sometimes I just had also more time, you know, because seriously, 7 kids, it's a lot of work. So yeah, so this is one of those beautiful shades. It is so sparkly and so beautiful. Really, really, really beautiful. Okay, so I think we have only one more left, and I could have taken a lot of more, like a lot of more palettes, but I'm going to want to feature this one. This is from Kaleidos Makeup, the Futurism 4, I believe. We are neon. It's hard for me to say. And definitely it's gonna be the shimmers. Definitely. I just recently featured the Lunar Lavender palette from Kaleidos, and I was not super crazy about that palette. It performed okay on the eyes, I have to say. The swatches were really, really horrible, I believe, but that is because a lot of things swatch horribly on me. But still, I do believe that that the formula in the first palettes was more pigmented, was, I don't know, it was just speaking more to me. So let's just swatch these two shimmer shades and call it a day. Oh. Yeah, so it's actually really, really surprising, because I thought let's just put one here and the other one down here, I thought all of my swatches would basically turn out to be greens and blues, but it's not even true. So this is like an eye-opening kind of a situation, because it shows me that I'm way more versatile than I thought I am. All right, so this is how it looks. This is my perfect palette that I'm going to come out with. Is anyone gonna want to buy this? All right, so let me just include a short swatch video so you can see all of this close up. Sweeties, I think this was so much fun. I'm so glad that I got to talk about makeup, which is, besides doing makeup, my most favorite thing to do. And sometimes when life is super stressful, it is even better than applying makeup to just sit there, swatch something, talk about makeup, be in the friend zone with you guys. So I'm just super happy that I was able to be part of this collab and to be able to be here with you today on this beautiful Friday. So if you're new here and you liked what we did here today, then please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely love to have you here. We are having such a good time here. It's a very positive place. I would say like 90% beauty content and like a little bit of lifestyle. I also do every 2 weeks, I do some wrapping related content, like one video every 2 weeks. That is like either a wrapping tutorial or something related to my head wraps, which is, by the way, for religious reasons, in case you were wondering. And besides that, yeah, so that is what I'm doing. So if you like my vibe and the vibe of my channel, then please feel free to subscribe. Besides that, of course, if you're from my tribe, please head over to the other girls and check out their channels and watch their videos. And I will too. For me, it is a little bit problematic because for me personally, Shabbat is coming up. That is always also an issue when I'm doing collabs on Fridays. So I will definitely catch up after that too, because you know, sometimes I just don't get to do much before Shabbat hits. Besides all of that, I want to of course also thank Betsy from the bottom of my heart for including me in this collab and for even thinking about me, that you know, that there's Leorah, let's ask Leorah. That's just incredible to me, and I'm just so grateful. Also to all of you other girls, you're truly amazing, and I'm so glad that we are sharing this small beauty YouTube creator community here. That is just awesome. It's awesome. It gives you hope, you know, it definitely gives you hope that there is this smaller beauty community that is actually really lovely, and everybody is so different, and I personally, I love that. I have absolutely no problem if nobody is like me. I have no problem with that, and if everybody else wants to be a certain way, I can absolutely just let it stand and love the person who for who she is or he is, you know, because I think that is how we should see each other as people, you know, forget the beauty community, like just as people. I think that's how it should be. So anyway, that is that, being on the soapbox again. I just can't stop myself. So I want to wish you a wonderful day or evening, depending on when you're seeing this, and I hope you'll come back for my next video, which is going to be super soon. And up until then, definitely go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.